Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we got tons of Miami Heat news coming out. We also got a debut of our new players, and I'm looking forward to that. Super, super excited. And also, we are going to be talking about an early preview of free agency for this Miami Heat team after Jimmy Butler is no longer part of this organization. And of course, we all know we're trying to go wheel hunting. We are trying to add valuable role players. So, we're going to be looking at that free agency market later in the video. So if you guys enjoy Miami Heat content, we upload every single day. I mean, we're in a streak right now, uploading 41 days in a row. I couldn't do without you guys. You guys absolutely mean the world to me. So I'm going to continue to keep dropping great content, and you guys continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing, turn on notifications, and let's get back in today's video. So as you see right here, this is the Miami Heat. Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, and Kyle Anderson play basketball tonight. So happy, so excited, man. It's a new era. Just hearing them talk in the press conference has made me excited, man. Like you could tell that they want to be here. A lot of people say they didn't look happy, but to me, they look happy. You got Andrew Wiggins pretty much saying, man, we could build something special. You got Davion Mitchell shouting out the Bam and Khalil Ware, like how they're good together and all that good stuff, man. And I expect Kyle Anderson to be a valuable role player for this team, which the Miami Heat typically don't have valuable role players in a long time. You know what I mean? So predict the stats of Andrew Wiggins, predict the stats of Davion Mitchell, and predict the stats of Kyle Anderson in the comment sections. For me personally, I'm gonna go 20 points, 5 rebounds, 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Andrew Wiggins, and then Davion Mitchell, I'm gonna go 8 points, 3 steals, and Kyle Anderson, I'm gonna go 4 points. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, also, Jaime stomach illness is going to be out. Hero stomach illness is questionable. What the heck happened? I don't know what they were doing, man. But Hawkwest, man, got to get it together, man, because it just sucks. I don't know, man. But we got Kevin Love speaking out. He says it feels nice to turn the page. Myself being close to Jimmy, obviously, I wish him the best, but it's nice to have levity here. Felt good to get these guys in, see different lineups, brings another great layer to the locker room. And this is why I love Kevin Love, man. Right? We all know, and I'm not playing the video because I feel like I can get copyrighted, so I'm just reading off this. But we all know Kevin Love is not as talented as he was before. Like he's past his time, but he does bring that veteran presence, the veteran leader in the locker room, like I feel like UD did. And that's why he's saying this. Like he trolls on Instagram and all that stuff, but he knows it's good to turn the page because the whole team was dealing with this whole Jimmy Butler drama. It definitely was a distraction. And so now the players probably have a relief. They no longer got to deal with this. They no longer got to think about, oh, if Jimmy gets traded, am I going to get traded? They no longer got to think about that. They just got to get ready for the games. You know what I mean? Listen to the coach and let's be ready and play some good basketball for the Miami Heat. So I love it. You know what I mean? I love this coming out from Kevin Love, and I expect this Miami Heat team to hopefully turn things around because currently we're 25-25, 7th in the Eastern Conference. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. We got Kevin Love speaking out, and then we got Spo, man. Spo kind of talked about him in this 6-week Jimmy Butler saga. And he pretty much says, man, listen, I love the challenge of even the last 6 weeks. I really enjoyed that. I have been in a circumstance that like that as a head coach. It doesn't show on the record, but it could have been a whole lot worse. You know what's crazy about this? A lot of coaches would have broke down. A lot of coaches probably couldn't handle this. A lot of coaches probably would have completely fell down in record-wise. And you know what? Spo does a lot of questionable things, but at the end of the day, I'd rather go to war for Spo than any other coach in this NBA, man. And that's completely facts, man. He said it right here. It doesn't show on the record, but it could have been a lot worse. And that's true, man. Especially without your best player, we could have completely sunk all the way down in this Eastern Conference. Like I said, we are 25-25. We still in that top 6 range for us to reach it. We're only like a game behind the Detroit Pistons. So the fact that we're in this position, this shows you, man, like we're good. You know what I mean? And I'm excited about that. So, you know, shout out to Spo for speaking, you know, good stuff, man. I know a lot of people hate on him, and I criticize him a lot too, but it is what it is, right? And I know I talked about this in my previous video, but do you guys think Tyler Hero can turn this around? Because this is concerning. It's like he got an all-star. He's finally an all-star. He's like, nah, now I can kind of chill and lay back and stuff like that. Just let me know what you guys think about this, man, for like all the new viewers that do come by. Now we're going to go into the free agency part. I know you guys are excited about that. Obviously, this is going to happen in free agency. It's not going to happen anytime soon. But these are going to be the free agents. I know free agency sucks now because a lot of players just sign contracts and a lot of players really don't leave their team. But technically, these are going to be the free agents. You know what I mean? So LeBron James, he ain't going nowhere, and he's technically the best free agent. You see what I'm saying? Fred VanVleet, I expect him to sign an extension with the Houston Rockets. And I know I'm not the biggest fan of Fred VanVleet, but Miami Heat drastically need a point guard. And what Fred VanVleet does for that Houston Rockets team, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad at it. Like he brings that veteran role and he plays his position correctly. Do I think he takes a lot of dumb shots and his IQ is not the greatest? Yes. But let me just show the stats on the screen what Fred VanVleet could do for this roster, right? I know some people are not fans. This I understand. But he's averaging close to 15 points a game, 35% from the three-point line. His field goal percentage and three-point percentage is not the greatest, right? But the 15 and 6 and almost 2 steals a game and 4 rebounds, you look at that and be like, okay, I can work with that because would you rather have Fred VanVleet or would you rather have, Terry Rozier? So, just that's an option. Kyrie Irving's clearly not going anywhere. James Harden's an interesting one, right? Because we all know when James Harden demands where he wants to go, it happens typically. I expect him to stay with the Clippers, but we should keep an eye on that. I know he's getting a little bit older. We get that. He's 35, but he's having an incredible season for this Clippers team. Brandon Ingram's not going nowhere. If we're going to bring in a player like Chris Middleton, to be honest with you guys, he got to come for really, really cheap, man. His injury concern to me is too much, and I want him very, very cheap. So now the Julius Randle one is interesting too, right? Because he's going to accept this player option, I believe, right? Yeah, I think he's going to accept that player option. But all like trade deadline, man, the Miami Heat were like, yo, we have interest in Julius Randle. Like we want Julius Randle, which I just never understood why we wanted Julius Randle. But this is a player right here that we might look at, man. And it doesn't make much sense because we got our Bam at the 4. We got our Ware at the 5. You know what I mean? Like I personally wouldn't want to do it, but don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. John Collins is another interesting one. Brook Lopez he's just getting too old. I personally don't want him. Clint Capella, I'd love to have him in backup center. Malcolm Brogdon, I'd rather have him now on the buyout market. Bruce Brown, I think he's going to stay with the Pelicans extension. Bojan Bogdanovic, I think he's going to stay here. I think he's going to get bought now, actually. But interesting ones right here, man. Like Tim Hardaway Jr., like I would love to bring up a Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, I think Tim Hardaway Jr. been playing excellent basketball, for the Detroit Pistons this year. Yeah, he's averaging 11 points a game, shooting 38% from the three-point line. So that's definitely a player like I wouldn't mind bringing in, especially if we're going to let go of some players like Duncan Robinson and Terry Rozier. Like we're going to have to fill out this roster. So these are kind of the players, Naz Reid, Dorian Finney-Smith, Schroeder, Steven Adams, Bagley, Portis, Chris Boucher, Thibault. Please no, we don't need Tucker. Joe Ingles. Like you see how weak the class gets. Like you start going down and down. Like this class gets weaker and weaker, man. So this is kind of the free agency class that we have to deal with next year. And that's why I'm like, bro, free agency is completely trash. But another good player that has been playing good for the Pistons is Malik Beasley. Could bring him more shooting ability because we're going to need it, man. We're going to lose Duncan for sure. I think we got to trade him anyways. But we can kind of break it up by positions to make it more easier. So point guards, Fred VanVleet, Fred VanVleet, D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder. Those are probably going to be the best that we got to look at. Shooting guards, Harden, questionable, right? Tim Hardaway Jr., I would love to bring in. Caris LeVert, I wouldn't mind it. Luke Kennard, a good shooter. Malik Beasley, I don't mind those. Small forwards, he ain't going nowhere. Duncan Robinson, like I said, is going to be here. Kelly Oubre, I wanted Kelly Oubre to this team before too. Like I would love that. And then obviously Julius Randle, Collins, thing we got to look at for that. And Chris Boucher, I personally would love. We also need a backup center. So I wouldn't go like too big, but like I'll look at a player like maybe Looney or Drummond. I think those are some solid backup bigs right there, man. So let me know what you guys think about like the free agencies, like targets that we should go after. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, once again, keep liking, keep subscribing, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. Also, give me some other video ideas to drop so I can drop it for y'all. And I'm out. Peace.